How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 19 Survival Series. So we are on our beautiful farm here. And as you can see, we do actually have something in the ground, but that is not crops. That is weeds, and it has taken over the whole field. So in today's episode, we are going to take care of that first thing. So we might get to some other work, but I'm not 100% sure. It depends on how long this will take. So we have got this little contraption over here, a chain harrow, and I think this will get rid of the weeds. I haven't used it yet, but I think it will work. It is quite early in the morning. It's 20 past 7, so it is the next day from the previous episode. I think the little Macy Ferguson here will be powerful enough to run it. Our little warthog, as we named it. I really need to get rid of this bush here, and that one actually, but I think we can still use this, and it should work, because our crop is not through the ground yet. There we go. It is actually pulling the weeds out. Okay, that is great. Because, yeah, I wouldn't use the Macy Ferguson if our crops were already through the ground, popping through, because that would destroy our crops. I would be using our Kudu then, the Mercedes MB track, that was named the Kudu, because that has got the row crop wheels on it. So yeah, but for now, there's no crops through the ground yet, popping through, so the Macy Ferguson is perfectly fine, and it's also nice and light and nimble, so no problems in that regard at all. But also, if our crops were already peeking through the ground, then I wouldn't be able to use this, what was it called? Chain something. But we're just gonna call it a weeder. I wouldn't be able to use it at all. We would have to spray the fields instead of using this, because yeah, otherwise we would probably rip our crops out of the ground as well. So yeah, timing's still good, still okay, and yeah, the weeds did come through pretty quickly, but I'm okay with that. I don't have issues with that at all. It just makes life a little bit easier, because I definitely do prefer getting rid of weeds mechanically rather than chemically, purely because it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. Herbicides, they're not cheap stuff. I mean, that's expensive. Herbicide is really expensive, and I would prefer not to use it. Definitely prefer not to use it if I don't absolutely have to. Alrighty. That is headland round number 1. Almost done. And we will fertilize this field again as soon as our crop starts poking through the ground. We will run over it again with the fertilizer and get this in prime condition. It's not a big field, so we wanna maximize the crop here, and it's also our only field. So yeah, we definitely want to get the best crop out of it that we can. And if you missed the episode where we were drilling this field, we have soybeans in the ground, which is great, because the prices on soybeans at the moment is pretty good. I think it looks decent, and yeah, if we get a good yield out of it, it should be okay, because we have spent around $4,000-ish since we started this farm. Yeah, we spent about $4,000 already just in things like lime, and I don't think we bought any implements. Did we buy any implements yet? Did we spend $4,000 just on lime? I don't think we bought fertilizer. I don't think we bought seed. We spend a little bit of money on like chainsaw fuel, cutting down trees, but that was like $4, so nothing major there. Yeah, so I guess we've spent that on lime, because lime's not cheap and you go through it very, very quickly. But that's not too bad. We'll definitely recuperate those losses on this yield. Well, I hope, because the economy is set at the most difficult level for this series. And yeah, everything is turned on. We have got periodic plowing turned on. We have periodic liming turned on. We have obviously weeds turned on. The only thing we don't have turned on is weathering, plant weathering. We do also have crop destruction turned on. So yeah, the only thing we don't have turned on is weathering. So that gives us time, because we're a one-man operation and I don't want to use helpers where I can help it effectively. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really like using helpers. We will maybe use them from time to time, but at the end of the day, we are a one-man operation, and that's the way I want to try and keep it. So by turning weathering off of the plants, and for those who are new to the game or new to farming, plant weathering just simply means that it can rot if you leave it in the ground too long. So we've got that turned off, and yeah, that is simply just to give us more time, so we can do things properly the way we want to do it, without, you know, being in a constant rush the whole time to get a bunch of crops out of the ground before they rot and we lose all of our crops. So that is the only thing. Everything else is basically as difficult as we can get it. Economy, like I say, is hard, so things are expensive to buy, and the selling prices at the selling points and silos and those type of places are very low. So yeah, it's just one of those things that we will need to deal with. But it also means that things like, as far as I know, things like cattle and chickens and sheep and pigs and that sort of thing, the buying prices for those are pretty damn high, which is fine. It is absolutely fine. I am in no rush at all to speed up the series. This is going to be a very chilled series. It's going to be like a slow going, relaxing series. It's a series that I want to enjoy, because I will tell you, I have been loving making this series. I know we're only on like episode 5 at the moment. I think we're on episode 5, but oh my goodness, I've really enjoyed making this series for you guys, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it so far. But yeah, I'm loving this. It is so much fun. It's a really fun series for me to make, alongside the trucking series obviously, and you haven't seen that, the American Truck Simulator survival series that we've got going, with a super realistic economy as well. That is a great series. That is up to, like, I don't know, in the mid 40s in episodes already, so that's flown by. And a great series, a very, well, I say it's a great series, but I have to say it's a great series because, well, I made it, or, well, I'm still making it, but the feedback on that series has been fantastic, so I'm guessing you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. But yeah, this farming series, I am loving it, and I don't want to rush it. You know, I'm not trying to break any records here. I'm not trying to become a millionaire in like 10 episodes. In fact, if I don't become a millionaire ever on this farm, I'll be fine with that. As long as I can enjoy myself and you guys enjoy watching it, money is not my major concern. As long as we've got a bit of money in the bank to pay for our expenses, we're good. I have no issues with that. And from the previous episode, you might have seen that our money did drop a little bit, because we do pay just under $800 a day in like property taxes and all of that good stuff. So it is expensive, and we need to always keep that in mind. But it's good. I mean, maybe at some stage when we can afford it, we'll set up some solar panels or something like that, just to cover our daily expenses. We could do things like that to offset those expenses. It's always good to have some sort of a what is it called, a passive income, to offset those daily expenses of vehicle maintenance and property taxes and all of that good stuff. So at the moment it's about 800 a day, and that did go off 12 o'clock last night. So that is something to just be mindful of. Our money will drop every now and again. Well, every day at 12 o'clock. Well, 12 o'clock at night. So, but yeah. But, I don't know. Definitely, progress is the whole idea on this farm. We want to just make progress. I don't need millions in the bank account on this. I just want a beautiful farm, and I want something that I can look back on and go, you know what, we built that. You know, we did that. And that'll be fantastic. And obviously you do need money to do that, but that's what I mean. I don't need the money in my bank account. I want the money in my property. Everything we make on this farm is going to go straight back into the farm. We want to buy better and bigger equipment, and you know, so we can work more land. We can maybe get into some livestock or forestry or things like that, and that does take money. But yeah, everything we make money wise, we will literally plow straight back into this farm. And I think that's the way it should be. So, all of that aside, we are basically just at the end of weeding. And I have to say, this tractor, this is the absolute perfect job for our little warthog here. Perfect job. And I'm glad that we got to do this before our crop came through the ground. What we could do in the future is stick some row crop wheels on this tractor and use this for spraying, because we do have a very, very small sprayer at the moment, and this would actually be a perfect tractor for spraying. But we will need to put row crop wheels on this. We might need to do it anyway, because we want to spread fertilizer on the field as soon as a crop starts to come through, and at the moment we will have to do that with the Mercedes MB Track, because that's got row crop wheels on it. We can't use this tractor because we will destroy our crop. So that is something to take into consideration. So it might be a good idea. I think this tractor will look a little bit odd with row crop wheels on it, but it's something that we might need to do. I mean, that we'll look into it. I think for now, because I don't want to spend money on buying tires right now, maybe for the next harvest we can do something like that. Let's drop that down. Disconnect. Beautiful. We can actually leave that right there. Well, that is that done. Yeah, I don't want to spend money on tires right now, so I think that, well, actually, let's take it. We've got a little workshop. Let's take it there and see what's going on. And that's the beauty about farming equipment. We can mix and match. I mean, we can buy row crop wheels for this tractor, and we're still going to keep these wheels. So when we're done with, well, when we're getting closer to harvest and that, and seeding again in what would be basically the next season, then we can stick the normal wheels back on it. Let's go customize and have a quick look around. So that we've got the weights on that at the moment. That's 0. Oh, we can put a cab on this, but that's $1,700 to do that. So we're not going to do that. GPS, we're not going to do that. It's $15,000. But wheel setup. There we go. We can do row crop wheels for $1,000. And I think we're going to do that. We're going to keep the weights at the front. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a hydraulic lifter at the front. That would be actually useful on a little tractor like this. But let's go with the narrow wheels. It's only going to cost us $1,000 and we can kind of afford it right now. It's not ideal, but let's do that. $1,000. And we have now got row crop wheels on our little tractor. And yeah, it'll be absolutely free because we've bought this now. It'll be free to go back to our normal tires when we need to. When we're getting back into sort of seeding season, then we would want the biggest surface on the tires. So then we'll go back to normal tires. But for now, the row crop tires are going to be perfect because we can use this thing to spread fertilizer. And we've actually still got fertilizer in this, which is good. So I think what we're going to do... I should actually just leave this in the shed. Because we can't spread fertilizer now. We need to wait a little bit to do that. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave this here. And shut that down. We can actually just drop it down. There we go. Alright. So that is cool. That kind of fits it. That doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. So I think what we're going to do is I am going to mess around on the farm a little bit, have a look around and do some odds and ends. And we will come back as soon as the crop has sort of poked through the ground. And we can start spreading some fertilizer. Alrighty, so I have been busy pulling some bushes and weeds and stuff out of the ground. But look how beautiful. We have got soybeans coming out of the ground. So yeah, over there I pulled out those big bushes and stuff over there because they were just an annoyance. I did also notice that over there around that rock area, we can actually run down there real quick. It doesn't seem like these seeds germinated around this area, so I think what we might do is just fill this in. I think I got too close to this rocky area, so maybe we will, I don't know, come back after this harvest and just fill some of this in, give it a bit of a wider berth around here. I'll just make it easier down the line, because yeah, it just seems to... I mean, the cedar definitely ran across this, but yeah, just seemed to not have done anything. But other than that, crops look beautiful. No weeds in between. They look great. But what the crops does need right now is fertilizer. So that's what we are going to do right now. And we're going to see if our row crop wheels on the little warthog is gonna do his job, or are we gonna be destroying crops over here? Should work fine. That's what row crop wheels are for. Here we go. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're destroying anything, and this should go fairly quickly. So yeah, we are gonna knock this out real quick. And then we'll see where we are at. Right, that is fertilizing done, and we are going to leave that there for now. I think we'll leave the tractor there as well. What we will do is put away the little Mercedes. I'll get that hook taken off first. And I'll probably put the front loader back on. Well, actually, nah. We'll just leave the front loader there. I have noticed this hook doesn't like sort of standing on its own. So it's just going to fall over. There we go. Yeah. We don't need the front loader right now, so I'm not going to put it on. Really no need to do that. I'm trying to think where I want to park this thing. Probably just in here. Yeah, let's put it in here. I don't really want to keep tractors in that other shed up there. I want to keep that for like seeds and fertilizer and all that good stuff. I'd rather keep our tractors and stuff around this shed and the other one over there. But the field is looking beautiful. When we've harvested this crop, we'll definitely figure something out here and fix this corner up. I think we're just a little bit greedy closer to this sort of rock bed. That's absolutely fine. We'll get that fixed up. No problem at all. But other than that, it looks beautiful and it's very well fertilized. And I think we're going to get a brilliant crop out of that. We should. As long as everything goes well from now on, it looks great. Yeah, if everything goes well, then that's going to be a good crop, and we could maybe make a tiny little bit of money out of it. So, in the next episode, I'm actually not 100% sure what we're going to do, because we need to wait out a little bit for this crop, but we'll see when it gets there. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and I'll see you all next time.